wasn't going to ban them and didn't want to, but then all the fans went to the boards, I guess, and was like, you have to ban these people. We do not, like, we'll hold you liable for, I mean, not liable, that's a legal term, but like, we will hold you accountable
Publicly
for
accountable.
being okay with them if you don't. And they're like, all right, well, they're gone.
James, what do you think? Streaming platforms, basically taking actions against people who have, cheated or broken rules or even laws in the esports
But they
space.
said Jeff just said it came more from the developer, right?
It was the developer pressured by its fans, and then the developer went to him and said,
okay. But it wasn't the streaming platform, basically.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand, I don't, I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I don't know enough information, sorry, to give a good opinion, but I'm sure it's...
I can see Steven's point, though, like the idea of someone's caught doing something bad and all of a sudden, like, their entire life is torn apart because of that.
Like you get like banned from League for toxicity because of tribunal reports. Does that mean that Twitch bans you now too? Like that's kind of spooky.
I could see that, and that is a gray area. I think it's the severity of the crime that fits the punishment. It's match fixing. It's tens of thousands of dollars. It's delegitimizing like the professional aspect of a game that is based around the professional aspect for the most part. So, in that regard, I do think if you're on that level of being a sinister citizen, then yeah, you get banned.
Sure.
But if it's, I agree with Steven too. I think in theory, if it's like they were punished for being toxic, no, you don't go after their everything, for God's sakes.
Okay, let's see. Last question. Privdinsto asks, how do you guys all like the cartoonish graphic style of Overwatch? I guess it's
Great.
Team Fortress 2,
I love
you guys like that
stylized.
versus the realistic shooter from Call of Duty?
It's fun. It's different.
Counter-Strike. Okay.
Very different. It's
Yeah.
weird though that all the games that are coming out like that, I can't even name all of them, but there's like literally 10 in development that are exactly the same game. They all have a very similar art style, which I thought was really weird.
Yep. I think yeah, I can't remember exactly what I know, but I think there were some people together working there and then some left or some stuff happened as well.
I see.
I'm not sure, but it seemed like there's no I can't remember the name of the one that looks very similar. That also has a co-op in it as well. That looks really good. I think actually the art style of the characters on that are slightly stronger than Blizzard's.
Well, there's Battleborn, there's Outlaws.
Yeah,
there's,
Battleborn. I think it was
the bomb one, whatever that one's called.
Dirty Bomb.
Dirty Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like literally 5 others.
Yeah, it's quite nice though to think that a lot of the game developers kind of understand and feel the need for what could be the next big thing if they're all making these games. Like hey, this, like hey, it feels like people really need a good FPS. And then like they all make them, and then unfortunately one gets ahead. So I really hope that people say next. People could really use a good RTS, or that would be, I think, the next natural choice to come back. But we'll see.
Steven, you like the cartoon style?
Yeah, I think it looks fun. There was I feel like if you go back a while, there was a period where like all the game styles were getting like all the art style was getting to be like really nitty gritty, like Battlefield 4-esque. And I don't know, I think around the time like Bioshock Infinite came out, I remember that game was like a breath of fresh air because it was so bright and colorful and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Well, bright and colorful games are being proven now to keep people in the game longer. Because it's easier to stay in the game.
Scientifically? Okay.
So that helps them. And then the Battlefield, the new Star Wars game, even though it looks like Star Wars, it must have been a nightmare to work on because everything was scanned. They literally went around and they scan in faces of characters, and so no one really got to do any art. They just got to do touch-ups. And I think as an artist, if you want to keep people working at your company, you want to give them stuff that's really fun to do, right? Which is, sometimes that is stylized or, super realism. And yeah, all the games are looking, just pretty amazing so far. But sorry, I called it Battlefield Star Wars mod. Yeah, I call it that. But the Star Wars game, it's scanned, right?
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Yeah, that's definitely impressive. Yeah, I like the cartoon graphics too. I feel like it's more accessible too. There's things like what's it called? It's called the little figures, the little figurines, the Disney figures. Is it Highlander? Not Highlanders. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, you have like 9 kids, tell us.
But no, I just think the just general animated kind
Clicks,
of graphic
I think, or whatever it's called.
is more accessible to general public. So that'd be cool. All right, let's wrap up the show. Great having the three of you guys. I'm glad we ended up having the show because I wasn't sure we were going to when I was having all those issues. But let's do some quick shout outs. Jeff, you want to start?
Always a pleasure. I'm glad you're back making content, and special shout out to the fellows that we did this with, James and Steven. Love you guys. Always enjoy yelling and shouting at our passionate subjects with each other. I want to give a special shout out to James for not dunking on my head, and when I we've seen it happen before. If I tease him, his teases have claws, and decided to shed mercy on me this round. So I appreciate that. For me, it just got announced like literally 5 minutes ago, which is pretty funny because it's 2 days before the event, the beginning of the event. But I'm going to be one of the hosts of BlizzCon StarCraft this time around, so I'm leaving tomorrow. Really excited. It's going to be awesome, really fun. They're going fucking ham on this production, so
last year's stage was impressive. I can't wait to see what this year looks like.
Yeah, I think they have that stage, but it's just like they want it to be amazing, and I think it'll be pretty cool as long as it goes smoothly. So I'm going to be doing that for the next 7 or 8 days or whatever it is. It's kind of a long gig, so no streaming in that time. But when I get back, I'll be playing. I actually probably won't play Fallout 4 on the computer because I love playing that on the console, but I'll be streaming up and having a good time and doing a lot less travel in November and December, so you'll see a lot of me. So thank you.
All right, James?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was really nice to have Jeff and Steven here. You guys are awesome to talk to. Sorry if I didn't listen too much because I'm really tired as of late. Too much work. And then I play Overwatch.
Too much Overwatch is what it was.
I play Overwatch until like 4 a.m. and I work from 9 to 6 with the guys on the game. So I was probably not as focused as I normally was. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for having me. And we'll see what happens with esports when it actually goes pop in terms of like big or whatever, if it can turn into reality TV. Well, it's on the verge, you feel like over the next 5 to 10 years, that's when we're going to see like, are we, do we stand, how do we stand in the public eye next to like sports and all that other stuff or as an entertainment industry, even though I think we've come so far and it's amazing. It's not going to go bad. It's just going to be like, what's the height? And also, yeah, I'm going to stream some Overwatch. So on my channel, I'm pretty sick. I'm actually decided that the best marketing strategy for me is to become a professional Overwatch player.
To advertise your
go to BlizzCon, win, do an interview with Chris Metzen, tell him he sucks at stories and his game was easy and people should play Diabotical because it's legit good. And I learned this game, Overwatch, in a day. That's my marketing strategy. It might take a lot of time and cause some sort of forms of depression, loss of girlfriends, and loss of job. But I just think it just makes sense. So I'll see you at BlizzCon next year in Control.
Next year.
I'll be on the stage.
Steven?
I'm just doing the same thing I always do. I'll probably be playing more Overwatch in probably a half hour or whatever after the stream. And yeah, thanks for having me on. Thanks for joining us, James. It's always fun to talk to you. Get to pick your brain a little bit. And thanks to Jeff for being here. I kind of feel like you're starting to follow me around on these shows. Getting a little
No kidding, man.
I'm just a huge fan of your Minecraft stuff, man. You've been moving mountains and just building one brick at a time. It's a dream come true.
Again, a big shout out to you three for coming on the show today, and I'll see you at BlizzCon, Jeff. I'll be there next week too, and I'll be there pretty much the whole week too. So, no Unfiltered next week, unfortunately, because of that. But we'll resume the following week. But VODs, of course, will be on youtube.com/ChanManV. There's a Patreon. I forgot to even plug that. There's a Patreon for Unfiltered, patreon.com/Unfiltered. So if you enjoy the show or loved any of the episodes of the show, really consider supporting the show, helping me do the show for a long time. And that's going to be it, guys. Oh, audio too. So Unfiltered's on iTunes for those of you that don't know. So those of you that like to listen to the podcast, have to run YouTube in the past, you can listen to it just through the typical podcast section of iTunes nowadays. Well, that's going to be it. So for In Control, Too Good, Destiny, ChanManV, this is Unfiltered, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Later.
All right, gotta go, guys. Thanks, though. See ya.
Yeah, it was fun.
See you later.
See you guys.
Later.
Should maybe like foot.